Hi, I'm Adam Kunzmiller with BGG TV at Gen Con 2014, and I'm joined by Dan Yarrington with Game Salute.
Howdy.
And we are here to talk about Epic Death.
Epic Death, the game of having a party of adventurers that go on quests and then attempt to die an epic death. It only counts if you die. That's the important part. So we've had reviewers that have compared this with sort of a blend of Gloom and Munchkin, which is sort of apt a little bit in that your characters have to die in order for you to win. You're going to start with a party of 5 characters generally, and what you're doing is you're going on these quests, things will come up, and you will get points for doing them. There are trivial quests that only, like shopping, that is not very difficult, and that only requires trivial victories. And if I remember right, it's been a while since I played, but the trivial victories on these special dice, that is the 6, the skull, so that's epic. You are looking for generally 3, 4, 5, and 6 on these. On a mighty victory, which is the yellow skull here, you're looking for 4, 5, and 6, and on an exalted victory, only 5s and 6s count. So why do we have 16 dice here? Because frequently you'll be rolling like 10 or 12 dice. Depending on what your things are. And that was a horrible roll.
Wow.
So if, for instance, I needed 3 exalted victories here, I only got 1 because everything else is 4 or lower. If I needed mighty victories, well, then I have a few more here. Right. Okay, I actually have 4 mighty victories. That would be fine. Now, you're only going to do one of these quests at a time. This is just to show you the different types. You're actually going to progress through this deck. They start out easier and they get more difficult. And when that deck ends, the game is over, and whoever has the most points wins. You get points by upgrading your heroes and getting weapons. You can get helmets. It's sort of the standard, different equipment.
The dealer hall just officially closed at the end, so everybody's cheering.
Gen Con has suffered
Gen
an
Con
epic
has ended, kind of.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping us make this the best 4 days of gaming.
Wait for it.
All right.
Okay, so you're going to get points here if you complete these quests. Those sort of go underneath your guys like that, and you can keep track of that. And then you're going to get guys that go on top as you upgrade them. Now you'll notice that some of these say like helmet, like a squid hat, and there's little quotes here like "Put me on, I dare you." And so they all have lots of cool flavor, lots of great art. This is by Sam Lamont and Beth Hughes. They did the art and graphic design for this, so they're over in the UK, and that's what you're trying to get is the most points. Now you can only have 1 helmet on at a time. You can only have 1 armor.
Sure.
Again, armor spelled the British way. This is the invisible cloak, so you know you have that. This is a weapon. This is a prick. There are sets of weapons that you can get bonuses for. So this is the Dragon Smiter helmet, the Dragon Smiter weapon. You get bonus points.
Now, what was this about? You have to die in order to get credit.
Well, you must die. So you are going to die when you go on a quest and you fail. Your character will die, and that's actually when you're going to score the points. So you keep your points here if you did these. At the end of the game, if your character's alive, no points. You don't get any points for them. They have to be dead. So you want them to die. And there are cards in here, as the name implies, that will cause you to have an epic death. And if you do that, that's bonus points.
Excellent.
So that's what you're looking for. I love the art in this game. You've got there's little skulls on the back of here to indicate the dead characters.
Yeah, let's zoom in on those a little bit. This is really clever. So Dan was showing this earlier. Every card has a different skull on the back that maps the actual character. So this guy, you can see he still has the markings and the square jaw and stuff. And that's really cute and nice little touch there.
And these are all mechanically the same. They all have different names. They have classes and races, and they have quotes. So that's just all great flavor for the game. These are tokens that you use to keep track of fails and stuff. But mostly it's, you go on quests, you roll a bunch of dice, you can screw each other over by, I'm going to play these cards, I'm going to mark you for death, I'm going to give you plus
that's
1d6
where kind of that
dice.
Munchkin sensibility comes into play.
Exactly. So that is Epic Death. It's just out here at the show. Released on August 15th on Friday here at Gen Con.
And how many players and how long does it take?
This plays 2 to, you got to ask all the hard
2 to
questions.
5.
I think it's 2 to 5. 2 to 5 players. It plays in about a half an hour is usually what it takes. If you have some analysis paralysis, you can take a little longer, but once you know how to play, if you got a good crew, you can go in 20, 30 minutes.
All right. Well, once again, that was Epic Death.
Epic Death.